Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I think today I'm going to be covering weeks 24 and weeks 25. Just trying to catch up with it because I know that I've always been a week behind, and I am going to be currently be 26 weeks in 2 days. So I'm 25 weeks now, but towards the end of the 25 weeks I thought I'll cover the weeks 24 and the weeks 25 in this, and then hopefully I can just be keeping on top of the pregnancy updates, because I know I've been absolutely awful this pregnancy, so I apologise if that is the main reason you are on my channel and I have let you down. I feel so bad, but the videos are very, what's the word, I don't even know what the word is, like spontaneous at the minute, as and when I feel okay to pick up the camera. These videos where I sit down and talk seem a lot more planned, even though they're not, but like in my head I think, right, I've got to film, so I need to set up the lights. Well, I haven't had to because it was summer, but like now if I turn these lights off it's literally the darkest thing ever. Let me show you. So if I tried to sit and film in natural lighting, this is what you would be getting. I mean, it's not too bad, but looking around this bedroom right now it literally looks like the middle of the night. So I have to set up the lights and set up a place for my camera. I have to think, do I want to film upstairs? Do I want to film over in the beauty area? Do I want to film downstairs? Where are the children? Where are the babies? Like, is Luke around to look after the kids so I can sit down and talk to you guys? So it is like a lot more like planning, even though it's not like the end of the world. Obviously, like there's a lot worse things you could be planning, but it just seems like a lot more it makes me feel tired thinking about having to plan these kind of videos and do them. So they've not been as consistent as they should have been. Let me put the lights back on. So yes, so I do apologize for that. At the start of this pregnancy I was saying like how good it was and how amazing I felt, and then I was saying I don't want to jinx it, and I've literally planned on being like the best YouTuber ever, and I was like, yes, I'm going to film every single week, I'm going to do maternity hauls, I'm going to do baby hauls, I'm going to go take people shopping with me, like plan for the new baby, and I've literally done nothing. A majority of the stuff will be sort of like vlogs, because it's so much easier to pick up the camera around the children, around my husband when we're going out, because obviously there's no planning. That's where you just pick it up, you film your life. Whereas these videos, like I need to make sure Luke is around to watch the children, I need to make sure the boys are aware that I'm upstairs, so they're like, I have to see to them, make sure there's nothing that they need, etc, etc, etc. So yes, so anyway, I apologise that they are not as consistent as they should be, but yes, hopefully they will get better from now. Although saying that, I am now feeling a lot worse. So let me start. The last couple of videos I would have been mentioning about that my hips were starting to twinge, and then my last video saying about how that, yeah, they, like in the night when I got out of bed, yeah, they've gone. This last week, I'd say, yeah, the last 7 days, my hips went last week. They went so bad, like sweeping up would cause pain, like if I did like the wrong movement. Standing up is aching. Maybe TMI, if you're not wanting, like, I mean, if you're in a pregnancy video, so you probably want to know all the ins and outs, so I'm just going to go for it. It's nothing I haven't said in my other videos from my last pregnancy. So it's got to that point where it's heavy down below. I can feel, I'm going to assume the head or just the general baby weight pushing out of me at this point. And I'm, like I said, 25 weeks pregnant, almost 26, and yeah. It's not been a good week, guys. It's not been a good couple of weeks. Pain is getting up there, which is worrying because I've got a long way to go. I haven't pulled out the crutches yet, but it has got to the point where sometimes I'm holding on to the side of things to walk, and then I'm shuffling because I can't bend my legs. Like yesterday, for example, we went out for a walk, like a autumn, like it's on my channel. We went out for like a walk to collect conkers, let the children have some fresh air, and I felt fine. Like it was one of my good days. So I was like, let's go out, because I've had good days and bad days, obviously, just like everybody. And pregnancy wise, some days you feel absolutely like crippled with sickness and nausea and pain, and other days you get a little bit more lease of life, and yesterday was one of those days. And we was just on the way back to the car, and my hips were aching and stuff, but nothing unbearable, just the general pregnancy ache. And all of a sudden my hips just went and I couldn't step. I had to shuffle, and I was like, oh no, what have I done? And this morning I've woke up and I literally cannot with life. I'm thinking like, I hope that they get a bit better, and I just overdid it yesterday, rather than just like, this is it now. Like every time I do anything and walk around, they're just gonna stay like this. I got a feeling that they are, just going by my last pregnancy. And like you all know, my pregnancies are back to back, so my pelvis is unaligned anyway, because it obviously loosened from the other pregnancies, so it never healed. The muscles and the ligaments are all loose, and yeah, like I said, there is something pushing out of me, and I'm pretty sure I described it last time as if somebody put a basketball between your legs and was pushing it down, so the entire skin between your legs is like ball shaped. If you know, you know. So we're all, I'm assuming you're watching this because you've been pregnant, you're thinking about getting pregnant, you are pregnant, so you know, might as well be honest. Yeah, so not great for the pain this week, guys. Paracetamol is doing nothing. Oh, crazy hair. Paracetamol is doing nothing for the hip pain, the headaches, the sinuses at this point. It's got to the point where I'll take it and it'll be an hour and I'll be in agony still, and I'll be thinking, did I take it, did I not? And I'll actually have to physically go back and check the packet, because I'm like, I can't have took it because the pain's so bad, but I have took it. And then I have to count down till like the 4 hours have passed so I could take more. And the midwives just say keep on top of it, just keep topping it up, just keep topping it up, like every 4 hours make sure you're taking it, or whatever the dosage is on the pack, just keep on top of it. But it's like it doesn't do anything. And then I'm thinking, well, has it done something? Would it be worse if I hadn't took the paracetamol? I don't even know. But yes, so the SPD is in full swing officially. That is it. I think I'm out of action now. I'm for the rest of the pregnancy, I don't even know. It's amazing though how much you recover as soon as you give birth, so I just have to keep thinking about the positives. It isn't going to last forever. It isn't going to last forever. I was joking the other day, I don't know if any of you know me of my past, but I used to be a dancer, and I danced all my life, and then I was a dance teacher, and I did all kinds of dancing: tap, ballet, contemporary was my main one, pole dancing. I did pole dancing, freestyle, street. I was a musical theatre kid, so I was on the stage, acting, singing, dancing, so I did like all kinds. And then as adult, I did adult classes, as well as I taught classes to children, and I did pole dancing, and I could do the splits, and I was like, I don't even know, just it just makes me laugh now that I can't even walk. Like the pain in my hips is so bad that I'm having to like hold on to the bed, hold on to the banister, and I was just saying, like, I can't believe that like are you supposed to just do the splits and be so flexible, like it was absolutely nothing. So yeah, so I wanted to show a couple of my support bands, which I'm very stupid, I didn't wear yesterday, but I've got them out today because the pain's got that bad. So I just wanted to show you the two styles that I have from my last pregnancy, if anyone was interested. So the first one I'm going to show you is the one that I got given at physio when I went for my SPD. I won't be going to physio again, purely for the fact that it isn't actually like an exercise class. Like, they don't actually do anything. What they do is they tell you things to do at home, and they obviously gave me the belt and the crutches, so there'd be no benefit to go again because they've already told me what to do and given me the stuff. So I won't be going again. But if you haven't been and you're having pain, I suggest going to the physio, because they'll just give you advice on daily activities. But in all honesty, it's nothing that you can't get off the internet, and if you can afford to buy your own belt, which I did as well, there's not too much they can do for you. But yeah, but this is the one that I got given at the hospital. So I've just pulled it out, let me see. So this one looks like this. So you wrap this part around your back, and then you literally just belt your bump up. There's 3 straps, so you put one underneath your bump and then pull it as tight as you need to do it, velcro, and then I used to put like both of them below my bump and then this one above my bump. I'll show you. So I'd have like 2 holding up the bump and then one above it, like lifting it up. And that was the one they gave me at the hospital, so I'm guessing that's the one they recommend. That one. And then this is the one, maybe, hang on, let me change my t-shirt and let me just show you how it works. Okay, so I've put a vest top on and some pyjama trousers to show you how to wear the bands. So the first one, like I said, is the NHS one. So you put this bit around your back, and then you pull the straps around, so this bottom one under your bump, and then I used to put this one under there too, extra support. And then this one I would pull over the top to kind of hold the whole thing up. So this is what it would look like. Obviously I'm not dead big yet, but that's what that one looks like. That's not very flattering, I know. I've got my t-shirt and everything hanging out. And then the other one that I got, I actually got gifted it by a company, so that was really nice. Has different parts to it. So let me show you. I'm just going to put this one around me. So this one, just wrap it around your belly. And then you pull it as tight as you want. I'm not lifting my top up for this one. And then you have this as well, which you attach to the velcro pieces above your bump. This is the one I wore a lot more, just because it seemed to be a lot comfier, and you can pull it as tight as you feel like you need to. So yeah, so those are the 2 belly bands that I use. Obviously normally under my clothes, but you can wear them over. I used to wear them over nighties and stuff because I didn't like them touching my skin. So I do like suggest like putting like a vest top on, or just something underneath. Like if I was wearing this dress, I would put like a vest top on, put the belt on, and put the dress over it, because you don't really want it like touching your skin. I mean, you might do, but that was just me. So yes, so the SPD is bad. Another thing is the tiredness. The tiredness has got to the point now where I could sleep. I know I said that last week, but it's like, it's getting bad. Like midday, not even midday, the minute I wake up, like any point where I just sit and my eyes are like and I'm like, oh, for goodness me. And it's getting like exhausting to do anything. And obviously I'm a very busy mum. Like I have the homeschooling that I do, I have the babies to look after, and it is just that point of pregnancy where there's not really too much you can do about it. That's just how you feel. But I know that it doesn't last forever. The minute, like, I much prefer having the baby stage because I feel physically well. So being woken up by a baby, touch wood, has never bothered me in the past, because as soon as I give birth, like all my symptoms go away, and I just have like a new lease of life again. So I much prefer like having all the children and not the pregnancy symptoms. Like that part is the part that I look forward to, because I can't really over the actual this stage of the pregnancy where my body is just like no. And like people say like, oh god, how are you going to cope with 3 babies? I'm like, look, I've coped being pregnant 3 times, well 5 times, but do you know what I mean, like the last 3 ones have all been back to back, and the baby part of it is so much easier than the pregnancies. Obviously in the past I said about the pregnancies that were boy pregnancies were so much easier, and I thought maybe that's why this one was easier, but obviously now I'm kind of eating my words, because this is obviously a boy pregnancy, and again it has just like kicked my butt. But I do think that is mainly my body's fault for doing it back to back, rather than like I did. It was so much better in the sense of like nausea, I didn't have as much nausea and stuff like that. So the boy pregnancy obviously is better for me, like it didn't give me as much sickness or stuff like that at the beginning. But obviously my hips are just fed up at this point. Whether it's a girl or a boy, I don't think that would have made much difference to the SPD. My sinuses are really bad. I don't even know what to do at this point. Sometimes it gets so bad that I literally just like complaining. Like it makes me like want to like cry, like in pain, and like just moaning about my head and my sinuses, because when I get a headache and the sinus pain at the same time, it's just so bad. And there's nothing anyone can do, but I'm just like, help. And Luke's like, have you took paracetamol? I'm like, yeah, and there's just nothing else you can really do. So another thing I did, well, I'll say quickly, I don't know how quick it'll be. Another thing I did want to touch on is like mental health, and especially during pregnancy, and just want to be like completely like transparent with you guys, because I don't think I spoke about it much in my last pregnancy, if at all. And I know I've only mentioned it a couple times over on my Instagram, but I just thought, especially like with all this coronavirus and people struggling with their mental health, it was just maybe just important to touch on it. And I never want to like not lie, but like keep things, and especially just to myself looking back, just to let's just be completely honest. So I thought I would just touch on that slightly. So I wanted to just give you a little bit of a background if you don't know, because I'm assuming most people don't know, because literally only a couple of people in my life know. It isn't something that I go around speaking about, and personally I don't feel like my situation is anywhere near as bad as other people's, but also want to like let you know that anything that you're feeling is like valid as well, and just because you don't feel as bad as somebody else doesn't mean that you don't need help, or it's that you shouldn't ask for help, because everybody has different thresholds of what they can cope with mentally and physically. So just because somebody has it worse than you and they're coping fine, and you seem to have this really easy life but you aren't coping, it isn't like it's not like a competition, it's just what you can physically and mentally cope with. So I just thought I'd give you like my little story and how I'm coping at the minute, just so everybody knows where I am at the minute, because I'm going to be completely honest, this last week or two I've really been struggling. Pregnancy is something that does really affect my mental health, but again, like I said, it isn't something that I really speak about, but I thought I wanted to touch on it, because this pregnancy I have decided to do things differently, and because I didn't touch on it in the last pregnancy, nobody would be none the wiser if I said anything or not. But I thought I'm going to be completely honest, let you know what I did, what I'm not going to do this time. Just anyway, right, so I have struggled with anxiety basically my whole life. I didn't know it was anxiety until I was an adult. I just thought I was just a very like shy child, very like didn't like situations. I wouldn't don't like talking to people I don't know. I'd be that awkward person when someone's trying to have a conversation and you're just like I wanted to talk, I literally, conversation just does not flow with me. I I don't like making phone calls still as an adult. I don't like, I mean I can, but it's like I have to amp myself up, and then once I'm on the phone, like the adrenaline kicks in, and like I even get like sweaty and nervous. I won't go anywhere on my own, I won't go into shops, I won't do anything like that. So I do struggle really bad with anxiety. In 2017 I got prescribed sertraline. If you have anxiety, or I think it even is used for depression, you may have heard of sertraline. And I've been on and off that since 2017, and every time I came off it I just kind of went back on it, because it just didn't seem worth not being on it, for me personally, because I'm somebody who suffers really bad with anxiety. And then every time I got pregnant, I tried to not be on it, and the midwives would put me back on it, because anxiety and pregnancy do not mix. I would worry about the most stupid things. I'd be going in and out of hospital. I mean obviously you worry anyway, but like irrational worries, there's a difference between worry and then the irrational anxiety worry. So like if you can get help to calm that down, that's fine. Yeah, so it was like the over the edge. They were like, yeah, I'd worry about everything, not even just the pregnancy, like the hormones just heightened my anxiety massively. I can't really explain, but if you've got anxiety you know what I mean. Like I wouldn't be able to sleep. I was thinking about the silliest things, which do not seem silly at the time, because you're just like, oh my god. And you're just like, and you can't sleep. And even when you're on the medication it was still bad, but it just I assume it does something, because otherwise why would they give it you? So they both pregnancies I was on anxiety medication, which like I said, I don't think I spoke about, and that resulted in me having to stay in hospital for 2 days after giving birth, for them to keep an eye on me, keep an eye on the baby, because obviously it's a medication that you're putting in your body, and they need to make sure that the baby is coping okay, essentially without the medication, I guess. Birth baby was absolutely fine, and we got to leave after the 48-hour period, but they just have to keep you in. So I am not somebody who really talks about my mental health like to other people. There's like a couple of people, but I'm quite a like jolly, happy, fun person, and that is all true. But then the anxiety hits, and if you've got anxiety, you know what I mean, people will be like, oh my god, you've not got anxiety, you're absolutely fine. But like there'll be like times in the night, or when you're alone, or not alone because I'm always with the children, but you know what I mean, like in the house, and you'll get these irrational thoughts and you can't get rid of them, or you convince yourself of something and in your head it's real because you've thought it is real. So I was on sertraline and I didn't plan on ever coming off it. I was just like, yeah, that's fine, I'm on it, whatever. I tried coming off it. The midwives kind of recommended to go back on it because they said like, oh, pregnancy can make your mental health worse, it's best to go on it to save yourself getting any negative thoughts or it turning into depression. So I always just went along with what they said, and then after the baby I just carried on taking them, and I had a repeat prescription which I could just pick up from the pharmacy, which made it super easy. So at the beginning of, it was the coronavirus, so it was when like you weren't supposed to leave your house for anything other than essential things. It was during lockdown. My prescription ran out and I tried to renew it online, and it said, oh, this is the last renewable one. To get more you need to make an appointment. And I was umming and ahhing, do I need to go to the doctors and get more, or am I fine? And to be fair, I felt completely fine. I was like, I've not been having really stupid thoughts, no more anxious than normal. I was like, I'll see how I go. And then a couple of weeks passed, a month passed, and I have anxiety regardless, but it hasn't been anything that's made me think I wanted to ring the doctor. So I never went back and got any more sertraline. And I mentioned it to the midwife. They said, oh, I can see here that you haven't re-prescribed the sertraline. And then she was quite like bullying about it. She was saying like, you need to get it, you need to, like, you have to get it. She was like, how would you like it if your mental health spirals out of control, and then they don't let you out of the hospital with your baby because you're so mentally unwell that they take your baby off you. And I was like, my anxiety's never been that bad anyway. And I just thought that you shouldn't be saying that to somebody with anxiety, because you make them worse. Well, I kind of just was like, okay, I'll get it. And I was just like, what the hell? And that was at my last appointment. And then I spoke to Luke and I was like, I don't feel like I need the medication. Why is she pushing it on me? I can understand that pregnancy heightens your mental health, but I wasn't ever extreme to the point where anything like that would happen. And I know obviously every pregnancy can be different, and touch wood, nothing like that happens. But the way she was wording it was basically telling me that the pregnancy is going to make me that insane that unless I go and get the sertraline again, I could risk my mental health being that bad that I cannot care for any of the children. Which I thought was a little bit bad of the midwife to be suggesting, which did give me anxiety for a couple of days, I'm not gonna lie. So that was fun. But yeah, so I made the decision that I wasn't going to take the sertraline because I want to be able to leave the hospital as soon as possible after having the baby. Obviously if there's any problems or any complications, I mean the baby have to stay in, then so be it. That, like, I wouldn't argue with that. But in all of my pregnancies, my babies have been absolutely healthy, perfect, fine, able to leave straight away. And the only reason that I had to stay in with Snow and Azaria was because of the sertraline. So I want to eliminate that from this pregnancy, so that if this baby is born exactly the same as the other 4, perfectly healthy, perfectly fine, I want to be able to leave to come home to look after the other 4 children that I already have. Like, I don't want to be staying in the hospital for 2 days, especially in the coronavirus where Luke cannot stay with me and then I'll be on my own. I'll be worrying about the other 4 children because they are with me all the time and I don't want to leave them with somebody for 48 hours. I just want to be able to come home. So currently I'm not on sertraline, but I did want to, like, just touch on the subject to let you all know that this has been like quite a bad week, like a down week, not even necessarily like an anxiety week, just a down week. And I don't know if it's because of the pain and like just feeling like mentally and physically defeated, like struggling to sleep, the headaches, the sinuses, the hip pain, the tiredness, and then I've been feeling really down. My moods have been very roller coaster, where I did kind of touch on to Luke, shouldn't I go and talk to the doctor, and he's just said kind of do what's best for you. But then I have days like yesterday and today where I feel okay and I feel like would it be worth it? Because I'd probably still have bad days, because I'm still going to feel like crap. I'm going to get a lot bigger and a lot worse. I'm still going to feel rubbish. So I don't know if it would even be worth it for me personally, because I am very strong-minded. I know that I would be absolutely fine. Like, would it be worth it just to maybe take the edge off slightly? Because I'm still going to be uncomfortable and still not going to be able to sleep. I'm still going to be in pain, which is still going to make me feel like crap and low. But I did just want to sort of touch on it, just wanted to be an open book and let you all know like where I am mentally. That this week was quite a bad week as far as my weeks go. I mean, I don't want to sit here and have a sob story because there's so many more people worse than me, like way worse than me. I mean, I've managed to get dressed and do my makeup today, which I know is a struggle for some people because they just don't want to get out of bed. And I'm going to go downstairs and be with my children and do schoolwork and watch movies and look with the babies. So I know that my situation is nowhere near as bad as other people, so I don't want to claim that it is. Just wanted to be like, let you know where I am, where my mental health is currently. But if it does get any worse, then obviously I will not hesitate to go back. Because obviously first and foremost I need to make sure I'm okay, because if I'm okay then I can do everything I need to do. So I wouldn't let it get to the state where I couldn't function, like the midwife was making out like it would get to. But yeah, that midwife appointment was really strange, because that's never happened to me. So it's like, it's not like she was going by like past experiences, and I don't know, that was a weird one. But yeah, so I thought I didn't just want to come in and be like, oh yeah, my moods have been low, I've been down, without giving you a little bit of a backstory about my mental health. And then and yeah, I don't know, just break the stigma on it a little bit. We all have our own struggles, don't we? So yeah, I think I've touched on everything. Hi guys, so I'm just currently editing the video, and just before the video wraps up, I just wanted to add in a little something that I forgot to mention. So just another quick thing that was happening this week, which I did want to mention but just completely forgot about earlier, was the fact that I've been getting these like shooty pains, not even shooty pains, aching in the bottoms of my legs, which I've got in the previous pregnancies as well. If you know what I'm on about, then you'll probably know the pain. It's really hard to explain. It's like inside your leg, like where the bone is, all at the bottom, like from your foot to your knee, and it's just like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just like a very uncomfortable, not nice pain. So I've been getting that a lot this week, and I've had to like elevate my legs on big pillows. Hello. Like to try and help, because that's what the internet says. But whether or not that's helping, I don't know. But I just wanted to add that in here quickly while I'm editing. So yeah, so leg pains as well. Isn't it fun being pregnant? So yeah, I just wanted to add that in quickly. Another little symptom that's been happening this week. But yeah, so back to the video. Let's try and think of some positives to end the video on. So positives are the baby's moving a lot more. Like, I can put stuff on my belly now and watch it like get kicked about, so that's quite cute. Sure, there's more than that. Okay, well, I'm struggling to think of the positives right now, other than the fact that I'm going to have a beautiful baby at the end of it. Obviously that's the biggest positive of all, and that'll make all of this worth it. Still no baby names. Like, I know I've still got a few weeks left, but I could just see the same thing happening with this baby that did with Zaria, and him just being born and not having a name. So I really need to go baby name hunting. Yes, I don't even know. I'm sorry if this video is so depressing. This is just kind of just like my diary to look back on and remember week by week, or every other week by every other week. I know I've been a bit rubbish with the uploads. But yeah, no, it just no, hasn't been great. Physically it hasn't been great. I know it's all going to be worth it. You feel like you have to add the little disclaimers in there. Yes, it's all going to be worth it. Baby will be worth it. Yeah, just excited to have the baby now and get the pregnancy out the way, because my body's just like, no. So yes, again, I apologise for always coming to you in these kind of states. I mean, it's not as bad as it has been. You've seen me a lot worse. And yeah, I apologise that the videos are so few and far between with the pregnancy uploads. I do apologise, I'm so sorry. But yes, subscribe to my channel. I will keep doing them, whether or not they're weekly, fortnightly, or somewhere in between. I try and post as many other videos as I can in between, just to give you something to watch and just feel sort of involved, whether that's family vlogs, come shopping with me, it's just random stuff. So please do subscribe, please give this video a thumbs up, please comment below if you've got any suggestions on helping with SPD, sinusitis, headaches, like in pregnancy insomnia. I would appreciate anything. And also comment down below if you have any baby names, because that would help me out massively. Yeah, again, subscribe, like the video, go follow me over on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.